Hello guys, welcome to our channel Chemistry with Coffee. Okay, let us start understanding TLC with a question. How can you say that an organic reaction you have started in the lab between two reactants is complete? To answer this question, we will need a full understanding of TLC principle and experiment. Before doing that, let us have an overview. What is TLC? TLC is a technique where a sample mixture is spotted on a silica gel coated glass slide and then it is dipped in a glass chamber containing suitable solvent for separation. Why we use TLC technique? We use TLC to find out different chemical compounds present in a mixture. How to carry out TLC? For that, we will need a TLC plate, solvents, glass chamber, lid, UV lamp and sample mixture. This experiment has to be done in the lab using proper safety precautions. Let us start with the principle of TLC. Here we have the chemical structure of silica gel on the top left. Silica gel contains a lot of OH groups or hydroxy groups which make it a polar substrate. On the top right we have a TLC plate, that is glass slide coated with silica gel. You can buy ready-made TLC plates from various sellers or you can make them in the lab. In TLC experiment we will need a silica gel coated TLC plate, capillary tube, small beaker as a developing chamber like 100 ml or 150 ml beaker will do the job. Solvents, hexane is a non-polar solvent, ethyl acetate is a polar solvent, or we can use the combination of hexane and ethyl acetate. Watch glass as a lid for developing chamber and a UV lamp for detection of spots. Tweezers for holding a TLC plate and a lab safety equipment like lab coat, goggles, etc. Let us have a look at the experimental setup below. First, take a small amount of sample mixture and if it is solid, dissolve it in a suitable solvent. Take a new TLC plate, using a pencil, make a line about 1 cm above from one end. This line is called origin. Then draw a small amount of sample from the sample mixture to be spotted on the TLC plate in the middle of the origin line. Carefully hold the TLC plate on the top with the tweezers and put it in the developing chamber containing eluting solvent. Make sure that the solvent level in the developing chamber must be below the origin line. If the solvent touches the sample spot, we are not going to get good results. Let's see what is elution. Elution is the process where a solvent dissolves compounds from the mixture we spotted and carries along the TLC plate, and the solvent is called eluting solvent. In TLC, all you need to understand is principle of TLC and calculation of RF values. So in this section we are going to talk about RF values. RF means retention factor. The formula for calculating RF value for each spot is RF is equal to distance traveled by a compound from the origin divided by distance traveled by the solvent from the origin. RF values of a compound increases with increasing polarity of the eluting solvent. RF values ranges from 0 to 1 only. If RF value of a specific compound is 0 using a specific eluting solvent, it means the compound is a highly polar compound. If RF value of a specific compound is equal to 1 using a specific eluting solvent, then the compound is a non-polar compound. If the distance traveled by A is 8 cm and distance covered by solvent is 10 cm, then RF value of spot A is 0.8. Same way we can calculate for every spot present on the TLC plate. For example, if we are analyzing a non-polar sample on polar TLC, as we know that silica gel weakly adsorbs our sample as soon as we spot on the origin line. If we use non-polar eluent like hexane, our sample spot moves slowly. Here two forces are acting at the same time opposite. As solvent is trying to push our sample molecules upside the plate, silica gel is trying to pull it down. As silica gel and our sample has a weak interaction, so finally our solvent wins and our spot moves slowly upside the TLC plate. If we use slightly polar solvent like 5% ethyl acetate or 5% EA, it can outrun the pull force of silica gel more easily and our sample spot moves up the plate fast. Even we can use more polar solvent like 30% ethyl acetate. This solvent can very easily win over the full force of silica gel present on the TLC plate and our sample spot moves up much faster. Similarly, if we spot a medium polar sample on TLC, TLC absorbs our sample little more strongly this time. By using hexane, our sample spot moves at much slower rate with a RFI of 0.1, or we can use 5% EA. This time our sample spot moves at a normal pace, RF 0.5, or we can use 30% EA like more polar solvent. This time our sample spot moves faster, having a RF value of 1. Same way, if we spot a polar sample, silica gel absorbs our sample very strongly. By using hexane, nonpolar solvent will not be enough to outrun the pull force of silica gel, as we can see from the RF value 0. If we use 5% ethyl acetate, we see a little movement there. By using more polar solvent like 30% ethyl acetate will do the job and win over the silica gel, as evident from the RF value of 0.5. If we use nonpolar sample, then the interaction between polar TLC and nonpolar sample is weak. We need to use at least nonpolar solvent for elution. If we use a slightly polar sample, then the interaction between polar TLC and medium polar sample is medium strong. We need to use at least slightly polar solvent for elution. If we use a polar sample, then the interaction between polar TLC and polar sample is very strong. We need to use only more polar solvent to desorb our sample from silica gel. Coming back to the same question asked at the beginning, what can you say that an organic reaction you have started in the lab using 2 reactants is complete? Let's analyze the reaction mixture. To realize whether your reaction has been complete or incomplete, take small sample of your reaction mixture and do the TLC experiment as explained before. Let's look at your TLC for analysis. We got few spots here. These are the points we can conclude from this TLC. First, both reactants A and B reacted about 90% as green and blue spots are very small in the reaction mixture. Second, and most importantly, we have a product in the red color. I have here few problems for you to solve. The answers will be in the next slide. I guess you got it right. If you have problems in solving, please watch the video again, or you can post in the comment section below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much, and please let me know if you have any questions or doubts or suggestions in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. See you next week with a special video on how to study smart or how to study more effectively. Please like and subscribe our channel Chemistry with Coffee. Thank you.